Hey guys, Rocket Rob here, and I'm back with another Battlegrounds video for you guys. We've got an update that's just come out over the last day. Basically, massive update for Hearthstone Battlegrounds. And basically, we've got new minions, we've got new heroes, we've got a huge amount of bug fixes as well, which are way overdue. And I am so excited about this. So we're going to go through, have a look at what's changed and all of the bug fixes that have happened. So let's go have a look, guys. I'm going to go straight to the official website. We're going to go have a look at this now. We've got two brand new heroes that you can see on the screen now. So firstly, we've got Tyrion Fordring. He is awesome. He's got this ability that gives minions with no minion type +1/+1. So finally, there's something that can buff those minions that don't have a minion type. So for instance, this is going to be great for some of those minions that don't have a minion type but are really powerful. I'm thinking Crowd Favorite is going to be really useful now. There's quite a few other ones as well. Zap as well. You could use it for Zap. This is going to be great. This is going to be a really useful hero. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other combinations that Tyrion is going to be useful for as well. And this is going to give all of your minions the +1/+1. So if you use it and you've got you could even have a whole board full of no type minions and get them all buffed, so you can potentially get +7 like overall across your board. Next up, our second brand new hero is Millhouse Manastorm. Now, Millhouse Manastorm has a very interesting passive ability, because you don't have to think about it. This is just going to happen all through the game. It's basically going to make all of your minions cost 2 gold. You're going to start the game with 2 gold, so you're going to start with 1 gold less. You can buy 1 minion in your first turn still, but your refresh is going to cost more. So you're kind of like gaining an advantage and then losing a little bit on the refreshes there. So you've kind of got to be careful with how you use him. You don't want to be refreshing a lot, that's for sure, with this guy. You want to be getting minions. I feel like this guy is going to be really good in the early game, because you can buy a lot more minions. You'll be able to stack your board up, but later in the game, maybe not so much. So that's Millhouse Manastorm. I'm interested to use him. I feel like Tyrion is probably... Oh, actually, no, they're both really good. I really think that is going to be really good through the early to mid rounds, Millhouse Manastorm, which is really useful. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. I haven't had a chance to use either of them yet. If you have, please let me know if you've got any opinions on who you think's better. Personally, I think I'm going to go with Tyrion. I feel is going to be... actually, it's a tough call. I want to use Tyrion. Let's leave it at that. Next up, we've got new minions. Both demons as well. So we've got the Imprisoner. He's a 2-star minion, and when he has his death rattle, he's going to summon a 1/1 imp. So he's going to work really well with a soul juggler, for instance, because he's going to bring another demon back. He's got 3/3, which is pretty decent for a 2-star minion there, especially when it has a death rattle as well. So it's pretty great. Fiendish Servant, another interesting one here. It's a death rattle. It's 1 star, so you can get it right at the start of the game. And when it dies, it's going to give all of its attack to a friendly minion. So this is kind of, I guess it's similar to, what's that other one with the death rattle? Selfless Hero. It's got the same stats, but instead of giving Divine Shield, it's going to give its attack to another minion. So the only advantage here is that it has the demon typing as well, so it can benefit from a lot of buffs. I think that's going to be really useful. I really am looking forward to using that. If you can buff that up a bit, it's going to give all its attack away to another minion when it's killed. It's going to be quite useful. Another change, we've got some changes with current heroes and minions. Voidwalker has been removed from the Battlegrounds minion pool. However, he will still be in the game if you get him through Void Lord. Void Lord, when it has a death rattle, will summon 3 Void Walkers. So it's still in the game, it's just not in the minion pool. Golden Zap Slywick. So Golden Zap Slywick is a 6-star minion, which has the ability Wind Fury, which basically lets it attack twice in a row. So it goes for the minion with the lowest attack now, if you have its golden form. Before, it wouldn't change the text, you'd get the stat boosts, that was it. It didn't get any advantage. Now it's going to have Mega Wind Fury, which allows it to attack 4 times in a row. Pretty incredible. It'll be able to really attack those minions that have the lower attack and are really there to support the rest of the team, so you'll be able to get rid of them nice and easily with a Golden Zap if you're lucky enough to get one. Pretty hard to do considering it's a 6-star minion, so I feel like that's a well-deserved buff considering the difficulty it takes to actually get one of them. Next up, Sir Findlay Myrtleton. The most useless hero ever designed is now finally being removed from Battlegrounds. Thank goodness. Nobody has ever picked this hero, I feel, unless, I don't know, they want to put the game on hard for themselves for some reason. It's going to return in the future with a new hero power. Hopefully it will be much more useful. Next up, we've got a change to the stats page, which is pretty nice. You're going to be able to look up your last 5 board stats and see what position you came in. So if you haven't opened the game for a week or something, or you've forgotten kind of what the best teams are, you can go have a look. Or if you just want to show off what team was really good in your last match, you can go through this. It'll show you here your last lineup. So this person came first place with Lich King. This was their team, pretty nice looking team there. And that will do your last 5 matches doing that, which is nice. The scoreboard now has changed as well, which is really, really useful. There is like an app where you can look at like the last lineups that your opponent's been playing, which is useful, but most people, especially if playing on phone, you can't do that. This app here is even better because this edition has is even better because it'll actually tell you up to date, up to the current turn, what tribe your opponent is using. So instead, you can no longer see the third last matchup that your opponents have been using or have had. Instead, it's got rid of that, so you can still see the last 2 games that each player has had, but now instead of that third one, you'll see how many minions of their majority minion tribe are currently in their lineup. So this person here is playing Beast, and they have 3. If they had a full team of Beasts, it would say Beast 7, and so on. So that's kind of useful. It'll give you a bit of an idea what to play when you're considering your lineup for that next matchup. Okay, so now we get to the improvements to the game itself. This one's really important because this has been frustrating the hell out of me and probably a lot of you guys as well. The game matchmaking. So has anyone ever had where you play like first place, who's dominating the game, and then you don't play him the next round, but then you play him again and it just keeps happening and you just get slaughtered? You're not going to have that happen anymore. The game has now got a design in it to ensure that you won't play the same player 2 out of the 3 rounds. So, you won't, if you've played them once, you are guaranteed to not play that same opponent in the next 2 turns unless, you're down to the last 2 players or whatever. So that's great. Now we get to the game improvements and bug fixes. These are not Battlegrounds specific. We'll move on. Battlegrounds improvements. So this is to speed up the game. A lot of people have been complaining, especially if you're on mobile, that there's not enough time to actually make all the decisions you need during your turn. The animations take up a lot of time. All other sorts of things take up time. This is what they've done to try to fix this issue, which is really, really important because, yeah, it is difficult. So the spawn animations have been disabled. when playing minions from your hand. Thank you. Increase the drag speed of minions in the shop phase of Battlegrounds. Cool. Cut down the animation time of poison's effects in the Battlegrounds. Yeah, that's good. That did take up a lot of time. Reduce the amount of screen shake in Battlegrounds games. I hadn't noticed that, but whatever. And they got rid of the sleep animations, which are irrelevant in Battlegrounds, so that's good. Now, let's have a look at these bug fixes. Look at this long line of bug fixes. There's so many things that they've fixed, which is awesome. I feel like this is the stuff we've been waiting for. There's been a lot of problems since launch, like games crashing and stuff, so this should help a lot. A lot of these are just minor. For instance, the first one here, fix an issue where +0 rating was incorrectly shown at the end of the game. Pretty minor. The second one, fix an issue where minions would swap positions on the board. I actually hadn't had this occur. If you have, let me know. But I don't think I've noticed that. Next one, fixed an issue where minions in the shop would be uninteractable if you clicked on them immediately after a refresh. I only have had this happen to me once, but it was when I was going for a triple, and it was a really pivotal time, and it really messed me up. There was a minion there to get my triple. I could not click on it. It would just not do anything. It was just super annoying and frustrating. Ruined my whole game. So that's cool that they fixed that. Next up, fixed an issue where Battlegrounds buttons could not be clicked while the hand was enlarged. I haven't encountered that one. Fixed an issue where on mobile devices, tapping a minion would cause it to hover on the board. Great. Fixed an issue where Zap Slywick would attack a taunt minion for redirecting to his correct target. This caused secrets to trigger at the wrong times, and yeah, it's good that they've fixed that. A lot of these are just minor things, voices, whatever. Fixed an issue where a minion resurrected by redemption would not attack. That's kind of important. Good. Fix an issue causing the effects of... Okay, this is interesting. I'm not 100%. If someone can let me know what this means, practically. Fixed an issue where normal brand and golden brand would stack. Does this mean now that you can't have like 2 brands on the field and you get the battle cry to trigger twice? So an extra time. So you can't get 3 battle cries by having 2 brands, or having a golden brand and a normal brand to get 4. If someone can answer that for me, because that I don't like that. I like getting lots of, especially Baron, because it's the same thing with Baron. Having a couple of Barons and just getting a heap of death rattles. So if that's a bug that they've fixed, I don't like it. If someone can let me know if that's the case, I'd like to test it out. Hopefully I'll get the chance to, but I haven't yet. Fix several issues related to spectating Battlegrounds games. Cool. Fix has been implemented to prevent accidental use of hero power during the hero select phase. Nice. And history for damage to Kel Luzard now correctly includes damage from minions. That's great, because before it wasn't. It was just giving you like, something like how many stars you had, or how many. No. Yeah, it didn't give you the proper damage. So that, yeah, whatever. It's not important. But, you know, there's a huge list of bug fixes, a huge list of improvements. So this is really good. The game's heading in the right direction. They're really taking it seriously, which is great. Interesting that they chose demons. Demons are already getting pretty strong, and they're putting more into the game. I really think maybe Murlocs would have been a good choice. But the heroes, I really like the new heroes. They look great. I'm really excited to give them a go. Let me know what you're most excited to try out. And if you've got any any thoughts on this new update, do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Just give me your thoughts in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next video. But hopefully you guys will see me on the weekend. I'll do some Battleground streaming on the weekend. So go follow me on Twitch. Rocket Rob Gaming. You can go buy merch below. Everything's below. So have a look at that. Make sure you click like on this video. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you guys soon. This is Rocket Rob blasting off again.